Alright, we're going to go first here, and we're going to keep this one. This hand is pretty reasonable. We have the Thought Scour first, which is what I think I'm going to do, because we don't need a looting here. Our hand is good. We'll save the looting for later when we have maybe some extra lands, but I'm just going to Thought Scour first. And given the, well, this can get our Stomping Ground later. I'm just going to shock myself. I could have mired there, but I guess since it doesn't matter. We were going to shock anyways. Yeah, we were going to take the same amount of addition or what. Now we can retain the option of getting a Stomping Ground. Storm Chaser Mage and land. Okay, now exactly what we want to put in there, but we got a couple lands here. Okay, so let's go ahead and just fetch a mountain with this one. What's our opponent doing? Playing Misty. Is it a really slow Infect to start? No, it's a Valakut deck. Okay, well, I think it's probably fine. This is the kind of deck we just want to race, and we're on the play. And we have a hand that does a lot of damage, so now we don't have to worry about getting the Stomping Ground because we're below 18. It's the only relevant life total against that deck anyways. And the Swift Sphere actually can save our guy from, or the Mutagenic Growth can save our guy from a Bolt or an Anger or whatever. You can go right through that as well. Ooh. Draw me Temur Battle Rage, please. Would Battle Rage kill him? Makes our guy 7, 8, 16. Bolt kills him, so not yet. So we'll just do this. Now again, our hand is good, so bolting this gets me in for 2 rather than 3, so not worth. I am just gonna bolt him here though, so that we get our extra from this. This is just gonna be a race. This is just gonna be, can we assemble enough damage to kill him before he Valakuts us to death? That's all we're looking at here. This puts him to 13. We actually save both of our guys against an Anger of the Gods, which would be insane with just one spell. If he has Anger of the Gods, we just Mutagenic Growth the Swift Sphere and they both survive. Which would be nuts. And we can untap and do a lot of damage. Oh my gosh, is that what's happening? Oh, that's beautiful. Beautiful, I tell ya. Nice turn 3. Yeah, Anger resolves, I agree. I'll keep my guys though. Phyrexian Mana is stupid. I guess in this case we could have cast it, but Phyrexian Mana is dumb. Alright, give me something good. Manamorphose, please. Swift Sphere works too. Is he dead? I don't think so. We're doing 3, 6, 8. If we do this, not enough. He is 8. It only would have been 11 with the looting, so it wouldn't even been worth it. I think if we had looted, I guess it technically, nah, it wouldn't have mattered. If we had looted, we would have added 3 to that, so it would have been 3, 6 with the Prowess triggers, 8 with the growth, 11 with it. Wouldn't have made a difference. He is dead next turn, though. And 5 mana is not enough to cast a Primeval Titan, so could be good. I mean, there's certainly good cards he'd have here. If this is Search for Tomorrow leading into a second Anger, that would be annoying. But it's not. Alright, now we're going to loop because we can keep this no matter what. I'm glad we saved this Faithless Looting for the entire game as well. Swell. Let's get rid of these. Let's probe you. I mean, it's just lethal right here. He should scoop unless he's got a bolt or something. Alright, he got there. Alright, so This is going to get bad for us. He's going to have a bunch of sweepers. I mean, maybe probably already main decks all the angers, so maybe it just doesn't matter. Um, that said, this doesn't seem like a good matchup. I guess we want the Teamer Battle Rage here. We just need to combo them out. Smash doesn't matter. Fork Bolt doesn't matter. Lava Man, Pillar, Vandal Blast, Graveyard Hate, all of these things. None of this matters. Vapor Snag also pretty irrelevant here. I'll keep the one because I just don't think we have anything better. And we can use it to save our own guy if that's the sort of situation we land in. But I just don't think any of the rest of these are good. So, I mean, Thing in the Ice survives. Thing in the Ice is. It feels so weird to play. So, I mean, it's a defender. It's an 0-4 defender, but it survives his Lightning Bolts. It survives his Anger of the Gods. We flip it to 7-8, and you can flip the Primeval Titan before it attacks. If it's like there's situations where say they summoning pack for it, cast it, get the triggers, then they take the next turn, they're going to attack with it, and they're going to win with it. But you flip your Thing in the Ice, then it's back in their hand, but they can't recast it because they had to pay 4 mana for their pact. That's something I've seen before. So as weird as it sounds to say I'm playing a 2-drop because it's I'm playing a 2-drop 0-4 defender because it's aggressive. Like this thing's incredibly easy to flip, and that Vapor Snag does very little in our deck. I mean, so in that same situation, you know, if Vapor Snag can delay the Primeval Time, but it doesn't also attack for 7 like the Thing in the Ice. Now, I don't think the second Thing in the Ice is better than any of these other cards in our deck, but I do think it's better than a Vapor Snag that, you know, essentially the best case scenario is either he gets onto 1 and we are able to snag a guy and, you know, to just Mize a win there, or, you know, realistically it protects our guy from a board wipe, but in this case, we're just playing a guy who survives a board wipe anyways. This hand's pretty solid. We have the Storm Chaser Mage, we have the Mutagenic Growth to save it from a removal spell. I'm probably not going to probe him. Like, we know what his deck's doing. It doesn't really matter. Something to play around. I'm just going to play Serum Visions. Those are good cards. Those are very good cards. I know what I'm doing next turn, and I don't need the Faithless Looting to do it. I'm going to play Storm Chaser Mage. And I'm going to keep up Mutagenic Growth. After that, I'm going to play Swift Sphere. And Gitaxian Probe, and attack him for a bunch, while holding Mutagenic Growth and Lightning Bolt in our hand. So I don't know that we win, because I like what we're doing here, unfortunately. Our opponent had the turn 1 ramp with the Search for Tomorrow, and has the turn 2 ramp, so we're looking at the turn 4 6 mana, you know, gulf that you don't want to be in. So can we just fetch an island here? No, I'm just gonna do myself all the damage. Doesn't matter. We're already at 18. It's the only number that matters against Valakut because it's their most common number. So we deal ourselves all the damage, so that we don't lose the game later randomly and not being able to looting and bolt or something. Alright, gonna save, not spend any mana here. Next turn we will play the Monastery Swiftspear and Probe. I think a lot of people you're just so used to using your Taxian Probe on turn 1. I think that's something a lot of people do. But you know, in this deck you have to keep it in mind, it's better to wait, especially given your creatures have haste. Now, our opponent actually made an interesting play of his own here that I think is good and worth talking about, and he did not sack a Sakura Tribe Elder. You know, much like you're used to probing on turn 1, you're used to playing your Elder and just immediately sacrificing it, especially when we don't have an obvious attacker. But if that ramp doesn't do anything for him this turn, which it doesn't, it allows him to hit 6 mana next turn, you know, assuming land drops. But it doesn't. Okay, we have to save this. It doesn't. It doesn't do anything for him this turn. So he plays it, and he is in this sense playing around on Monastery Swiftspear. Now he might be going for a second bolt on our guy here. Yep. Actually sort of fine with that. He's got 2 cards in hand. I mean, if it's Primeval Titan, we're dead, but if it's land, Primeval Titan, or he draws any combination of those things, but we still get to sort of go off with our Swiftspear here. Does he follow up his good play by attacking? He messes. Okay. I gave him so much credit for playing around everything properly there, and then he go aheaad and just attack, so we get in with it anyways. Let's see what his last card is. Oh, oh, okay. Ooh, this means our opponent does not have all the things. He has, in fact, none of the things. We get to get in for 3 damage, put him at 14. Next, this is good. I mean, he's got a chump block next turn, but he needs to actually needs to rip something like a lightning bolt. That's fine. I mean, that certainly sucks for us, but it's fine. Thought Scour ourselves. Maybe there's an argument for Thought Scouring him. Faithless Fluting. Yalu. We don't want to go. Okay. Just pitch both lands, kill him next turn. I said we don't want to go too all in on this because on the looting in the Prowess this turn, because he's obviously chump blocking this turn. However, what it does mean is that he's just dead next turn. I did that because we could hit a Storm Chaser Rage or something and get in damage, you know, and that would have been fine. Now we need to dodge this draw step, and it looks like we did. We have enough mana to do these things? Not quite. Guess I'm supposed to Manamorphose first there. That was a mistake, and if we draw land, I'll be punished for it. But I guess we could just do it second main phase. Red, please. Hey, that doesn't matter. Bolt, is this enough? This puts him to 11, puts this guy to 3. This puts our guy to 4. Oh, it's not lethal. Oh, yeah, it's not lethal till next turn. I still think we do it, though, because this is where he has no blockers, and one would assume no removal. So I'm going to do this technically correct. He could be sandbagging a lightning bolt. It's extremely unlikely, but I'm going to play this technically correct, which means we cast the Teamer Battle Rage on our guy. We don't let it resolve. We let the Prowess trigger resolve, so it goes up to 4 out of lightning bolt range. Now we lightning bolt him, putting our guy to 4 power, letting the Teamer Battle Rage resolve for the 8, and we put him down to 3, and he dies to our bolt next turn. However, we're dead if he rips Primeval Titan. No, we're not. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Even if he gets 2 Valakuts. Okay, yeah, he's dead. Because he can get 2 Valakuts, fetch, deal 6. Oh, he has 2 fetches up. Oh no, we were still dead to it. Woo, that's not what I meant to cast. Cast the wrong card. It doesn't matter. That's not what I meant to cast, but we can just discard whatever we draw. Good match. Just aggroed right on out the Scapeshift player, or TitanShift, or whatever you call it, or they don't even play Shift anymore. It's just Turbo Valakut. It's just really, really efficient. But we got there. Blue-Red Prowess taking down the game.